McTominay, once again the cross, they could shoot, and it's in!
That guy Fran, he gets inside and gets a shot past the goalkeeper. Wonderful work from Fran.
Over the right side, the shot and the goal!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Premier Division, is the national playoff of the UPSL. We'll have Miami United facing Florida Premier. We have the UPSL. We have the national playoff fall season 2025 from 2022, and it's FC America Sports that defeated for the week Club de Leon, and it's waiting for the week.
Good evening and welcome to this UPSL 2025 fall season national finals playoff round, a 32 game in the Eastern bracket between Miami United FC and Florida Premier.
It's waiting for the Premier, waiting Miami United for the Premier from Tampa, also in Florida. Drop down here to the Broward County UPSL Stadium, the city of Davie, Florida.
I'm your commentator this evening, Mark Turner, here with the fantastic crew from Veda Media. Excited to bring you this playoff match. Like I said, it's a round of 32 game coming at you from Broward College, the UPSL Stadium at Broward College, northwest of Miami. Beautiful evening here this evening. It's about 73, 74 degrees. Some good cloud cover, perfect conditions for a game of soccer. I'm joined this evening by my colleague and colour commentator, Dario Dex. Looking forward to working with him this evening. I'll be leading commentary and Dario will be providing some insight in addition to primary comms. As you can see on screen, FC America Spurs await the winners of this game between Florida Premier FC and Miami United FC. The victors this evening will meet FC America Spurs in the round of 16 on this eastern side of the bracket. These games a little bit behind the other games in the national finals. Should be an equally matched game this evening, though. Two teams that are very competitive here in Florida, both with aspirations of making it through to the next round. Miami United are the favoured team this evening. As you can see, they've topped their conference, first in their conference. Only one defeat all season long. The same, though, can be said of Florida Premier, who, despite coming fourth in their conference, did only lose one game during the regular season. Goals for and goals against, very close. Florida Premier have been particularly stingy in defence, making their way through playoffs, having yet to concede a goal in these playoffs. To go ahead and give you the starting 11 for Florida Premier FC. Number 1, striker Williams. Number 27, Daniel Monroy. Number 16, Jason Camacho. Number 29, Nathan Bender. Number 6, Nicholas Skubis. Number 20, Luka Djokovic. Number 9, Christian Ortiz. Number 13, Matthias Gonzalez. Number 8, Asher Jones. And number 32, Christian Fairchild. Head coach, Andre Arango. Other teams make their way out to the centre circle. We'll get you the starting 11 for Miami United here momentarily. Once we have that starting 11, it'd be good to get some insight from Dario, who I know works alongside Miami United. And he can probably provide us with some insight as to the players we should be looking out for this evening. For now, though, let's go silent and allow the teams to observe the national anthem. Well, that was rather shorter than I expected. Regardless, let's go ahead and give you the starting 11 for Miami United this evening. Number 15, Nicolas Rivera. Number 22, Josua Serrano. Number 6, Augustin Callejas. Number 2, Geronimo Luna. Number 21, Oscar Fernandez. Number 5, Daniel Daza. Number 14, Peterson Ravange. Number 77, Sonny Nore. Number 10, Robertino Insua. Number 91, Tio Candido. And number 9, Alejo Fernandez. We're bringing my colleague Dario Dykes here, assuming he can hear us. I know he was having one or two technical issues at his end. Dario, are you there? Are you able to hear us? I'm sure Dario will join us just as soon as he's able. Right now, we will get ready for this match with Miami United going from left to right the first half in the white socks, black shirts, black shorts. Florida Premier going from right to left, white shirts, black shorts, black socks. And the game is underway. Miami United in early possession. Florida Premier tracking Miami across the field, trying to get their first touch of the match. Able finally to do so. Looking to try and counter the other way. Early shot for Florida Premier. Just wide of the post. An early threat. Good ball in behind the Miami defence. Good first time shot as well. I think the goalkeeper may have got something on that, in which case we're going to have our first corner of the match, and indeed we do. Florida Premier with it. Just a little over the first minute of the match. Can they strike early? Good ball into the box, into the centre of the box, goes through the entire goal mouth without being touched. Florida Premier retrieving the ball on the far side, recycling back into the box again. Snapshot and a goal! 1 minute and 30 seconds, not even. And Florida Premier have taken the lead. Fantastic half volley. The ball recycled from the corner, found its way into the centre of the field, just outside the box. Goalkeeper largely unsighted. A great technique on the volley. We'll get you a goal scorer here in just a second. Here's the ball being recycled into the box. Half cleared out. Fantastic snapshot. We have a goal.
Mark, that was the best way to start for Florida Premier FC, the youngest team in the league. Taking it from out of the box, number 8, giving the lead. Davie, Florida, in Broward County. Florida Premier started the best way as possible, 1-0 taking the lead. We'll see what Miami United will do. That has many more games in this stadium. Knows it better and very well.
Hey Dario, are you able to hear us?
I am, yeah, perfectly.
Oh,
Loud and clear.
Very good. So it's a little difficult under these lights to see those gold numbers on the back of the white jerseys. Were you able to get the name of the goal scorer for Florida Premier?
Here we have the replay. It was the cross and the finish by a midfielder, number 8, Usher
like
Jones.
Okay.
Did you get the same?
I thought maybe it was 8 or maybe it was 10, but let's go with 8. We'll try and get final confirmation at halftime.
Definitely, yep.
Very hot start though for Florida Premier. I think Miami United would be considered the favourites this evening, so for Florida Premier to come out and score within the first 90 seconds, that's really a great start. Dario, who are the danger players for Miami United? Who should we be looking out for tonight to provide the offence for Miami United?
Well, you got many. Then you will decide who. Number 10, Robertino Insua, is the legend of the team, the top scorer in Miami United history. Then you have in the middle Daniel Daza, that it's a former Caracas FC. From the side, you got Tony from Haiti, that it's a former Boca Juniors. And yeah, I can keep on going. I mean, we can look at the 77 speed and very fast. They were always looking at him on the right. Robert was the one that creates an offensive. The two midfielders, Dasta, along with Peterson, that is now aiming for the ball, the one that is distribute the ball around. But we'll see. We're going to have a very interesting round of 32. That is the last game of the 32. They will face, the winner of this game will face FC American Sport on the 16th.
Thanks for that, Dario. Appreciate it. That's some good insight. I had the pleasure last night of covering the western side of the bracket, the game between Provo Utah FC and Omaha Street FC. Omaha Street, slight favourites in that match, yet Provo Utah ended up winning 6-2 after scoring within the first 3 minutes, and they had 3 great opportunities in the first 3 minutes. So that game was a very hot start. This game tonight has been a very hot start also. Miami United will be hoping though that they can turn this around and don't suffer a similar fate to Omaha Street. who were dumped out of the playoffs last night by Provo, Utah. 6 minutes into the match, Florida Premier still with that 1-goal lead. The goal coming just shy of 1:30 from Florida Premier midfielder number 8, Asher Jones. Florida Premier now trying to make advance up the left-hand side of the field. Well defended by Miami United. Under a little pressure though, not able to clear the ball out. Do get the throw in. Nice pressing from Florida Premier. Both teams seem very comfortable on the ball, but both teams under pressure as soon as they have it. We're going to see a lot of that in the first 45 minutes while the energy's high. Both teams are going to be pressing to try and get the ball back as high up the field as possible. Nice play from Miami United. Drilling the ball into the centre of the park. Headed down, now trying to build something down the left-hand side. Heading back inside. Deliver the ball low, headed out well by Florida Premier. Miami United again on the attack. Trying to craft something here, being very patient. Moving the ball from left to the right. Ball goes back into the centre of the park. Good header, but easy connection for the Florida Premier goalkeeper. Striker Williams on the spot, able to snatch that ball out of the air. What patterns of play should we be looking for, Dario, from Miami United? Do they like to play the ball around on the floor? Do they tend to play the ball out wide and look for delivery into the box? What's their favoured approach to a game?
It is definitely to play it through the floor. The structure is 4-5-1. As the usual, Claudio Freyan, they've been winning and leading pretty much everything that they faced last year with the same structure. It's very hard and difficult to find another way for him to play. And it's, as always, ball to the ground. The option is find this guy that try to shoot from outside the box. Sonny, that moves from different sides, as we were seeing, looking from space to shoot. In this case was high up. But yes, definitely a team that loves and likes to play with the ball on their control.
A couple of heavy tackles in the middle of the park. Referee's decided to give his first yellow card. And it looks like it goes the way of Miami United. There's certainly a push in the back there and then a nudge in the back there. Can't really argue with the referee for that yellow card. Insua, who Dario mentioned earlier, fantastic goal scorer for this club. Just getting a little aggressive on that occasion.
Yep, I would say a little bit too early for the yellow. It's less than 10 minutes. It was 4. I don't know if it's a yellow for the captain, Robertino Insua. We will have a very, very interesting game. Mark, I would say that from now, then we discuss it. I think it's going to end 1-0. That's for sure.
You know, I agree with you, Dario. I don't like seeing yellow cards come out so early, particularly when that was Insua's first infringement. I think the referee there maybe have a conversation with the player, tell them to calm down a little bit, tell them they're on a final warning before you start handing out yellow cards. But the referee's made his decision, and now Insua is going to have to be very careful for the rest of the game.
The fun fact that I found from the Florida Premier is that the number 29, Nathan Bender, that actually on the list that we got from UPSL, the beginning shots as a coach. Well, he's playing right now. He's 41. He's taken the middle, and will be interesting to see how he can develop in the game because everybody else is like the youngest of the league. They're like from 2008, 2007, most of the players of Premier.
41 years old. There's hope for me yet, Dario. Why am I in the commentary box? It sounds like I should be down on the field.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. When we saw the shoot from out of the box, just was Serrano that can play in both sizes. He can do it as a right back, but sometimes Claudio Ferran uses it as a left back. And see, well, another yellow.
Was that for Serrano?
11 minutes. Yeah, that's for 22.
Yeah.
Joshua Serrano. What we're seeing so far is Miami United, the high pressure to get back the ball as soon as possible. And I mean, when Robertino Insua got the yellow, couldn't be in the yellow for Serrano because he tackled right after. This one was smaller. This one was softer than the other one, and he still got the yellow. So 2 players so far, United with Robertino Insua and Joshua Serrano with the yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with you. You can see there, he's going for the ball. The ball gets dragged across his path. He's definitely going for the ball. And I think that's his first infringement again. So I go back to what I say earlier. It always feels to me like the first time a player has an offence, the referee really should talk to them. Unless it's a particularly egregious situation, there's no need for the cards to come out this early. But regardless, 12 and a half minutes in, and it's Miami United with 2 players now on the yellow card. And it's also Miami United in possession now as they look to try and break out of defence and head up to the other end of the field. Good work there. I think that's Insua right through the centre of the park. Chips the ball out to the right-hand side. Actually looking to chip the goalkeeper! And he does so! Oh my heavens, Dario!
He finally did it. Robertino Insua, I told you a minute ago that it's a player that needs to look closer. He actually tried the same for Chase Stadium. Back then, the goalkeeper deflected this time. This case, Robertino Insua, once again, is surprising everybody. It was pretty much the same situation, but in this case, right from the middle of the field, Robertino Insua putting Miami United back on track.
Fantastic goal. Completely unexpected, and I think you could perhaps be a little bit critical of striker Williams in the Florida Premier goal. He did seem to get both hands to the ball and maybe should have done better with it, but I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass because that was so unexpected. As Insua broke away with the ball through the heart of midfield, the expectation surely was that he'd look to play the ball short to a teammate and maybe do a 1-2, or perhaps play the ball out wide and then head into the box to see if he could get on the end of a cross. Instead, Insua, wonderful technique and execution there, a shot from distance, catching out striker Williams, and as you said, Dario, levelling the game up, 1 apiece in the 14th minute.
You know, I risk myself, and journalists are now supposed to do what I did, but sometimes you follow your feelings. Saying that this match was not gonna end 1-0, well, few minutes later gave me the right, but the important is that Robertino Insua could be the best score so far of 2026 for sure, and could be by the end of 26 the best score ever in UPSL 2026.
Well, we've certainly been treated to 2 goals that have required high technical ability. The opener from Asher Jones was a wonderful example of a half volley. And then that goal from Insua, well, that's just technique plus creativity plus execution.
Exactly.
Really
yep.
Really fantastic.
And it's interesting also because on the final of the South Conference, he tried the same, and he was actually closer to the goal, but used the same. His body to get the position of the ball, and then he shoot back. Then the MVP of the final was the goalkeeper of Inter Miami, Alex Padilla, that stopped the ball and sent it to the corner kick.
So Florida Premier taking an unexpected lead. Just 90 seconds into the match. And Sewer equalising in the 14th minute. The game beautifully poised. Both teams giving a good account of themselves so far. Neither team really dominating at this point. We have a very open match. Two very, very good football teams. And I think, Dario, there are lots more goals to come in this game yet.
Well, yeah, that I wouldn't say that now, but I expect that along with you.
Ball into the middle of the box. It's Florida Premier with an opportunity to go past the goalkeeper, and they do!
There it is.
Just as we predicted.
Yep. And it's number 29, Nathan Bender, the oldest one in this field. What a finish.
Unbelievable. You see, kids, that's why you should respect your elders.
Everything with that control to put his body in front of Daniel Daza. And then the finish right under Nico Rivera. That is replacing Cristian Blanco. That actually suffered an injury on the game in this stadium. He ended up on the hospital. And now it's Nico Rivera in his position. Florida Premier, again, taking the lead. We gotta sit back and prepare for a great, great match.
You know, I mentioned I was treated to a game yesterday between Omaha Street and Provo, Utah. 8 goals in total. Provo, Utah were dominant in that match. They created chance after chance, but they didn't really demonstrate the composure to convert the chances that they were creating. That's a great example there from Nathan Bender of how maturity and experience come into play. He was put in behind the Miami United defence. He didn't panic, he was incredibly composed, drew the goalkeeper, and then played the ball through his legs. Great experience on show there. We've had 3 outstanding goals to enjoy so far, Dario, and we are not yet even to the 20th minute of this match.
100% agree.
So Miami United again finding themselves perhaps unexpectedly behind. They had the early shock, of course, within 90 seconds. Now find themselves trailing once more, but again they're in possession. It definitely has been a cat and mouse game from one end to the other between these two teams. They've both come out very hot. A little too hot, according to the referee, who's already issued 2 yellow cards to Miami United players. Dario and I aren't sure that either of those cards were necessary, but certainly we've seen 2 highly competitive teams going at it from the very first whistle. Now Florida Premier looking to try and advance and get a 3rd goal. Miami United, they're breaking that play down, playing the ball out to the left-hand side, trying to recycle through the centre. A good touch back. Miami United with good numbers high up the field. Find some space out here on the right-hand side. Not a particularly good cross, but also not a particularly good clearance from Florida Premier, but it doesn't matter because a flag has gone up and Florida Premier with the kick. Seen that a couple of times from number 77, Sonny Nord, Dario for Miami United. He gets the ball out wide, has a lot of space, and his cross is not quite finding the mark yet. Would you expect a better quality of cross from Sonny, or is that pretty consistent with his delivery, with those balls going in a little bit too short?
Yeah, it's not very often trying those crosses. The striker, Alejo Fernandez, scored with a header, but it's not his best move. So, as I was saying at the beginning, this is what Miami United do better. It's just passing the ball around, finding spaces, and getting their entire team on the offensive part of the field.
Yeah. Yep, that's
This
what we
actually,
said.
Geronimo Luna was the one, I'm sorry to remark, the opening of Miami United against Inter Miami. Then they tied up the game 1-1. And this was taking place at the Chase Stadium. And then Nicky Prada, that is actually on the bench tonight, scored the 2-1 and avoiding the extra time and the penalty.
Period of pressure from Miami United. Florida Premier, though, managing to play their way out of trouble. Now they have a throw-in. Again, very well balanced match here. 22 minutes in, 3 goals already. Two teams very technically strong, very comfortable on the ball. Certainly if you're Miami United, you don't panic at this point. There's so much of the game still to go. And of course, if we end up on level terms at the final whistle, we will see extra time and potentially penalty kicks as well. So plenty of the game for Miami United to get back in on level terms and even get their noses ahead. And that's what we're seeing here tonight. We're seeing good, calm play from Miami United. No panic, just composure. Everyone's showing for the ball. And as Dario said, Miami United eager to keep the ball on the deck, play it around, involve everybody, really move Florida Premier around, try and create spaces between the lines. I think we're going to see this throughout the match, periods where Miami United have the ball and just don't give it up. And right as I say that, they give it up. Commentators cursed. Doesn't take long though for them to get back in possession. And they threw the ball through the centre of the park. Good strong tackle, Florida Premier. Like that ball, low, flat, dinked pass through the centre of the park. And now looking to attack down the right-hand side, and it's the first goal scorer, Jones. Good save from the goalkeeper. Dario, what did you see there? It looked like a really good instinctive stop.
It was an amazing save of Nico Rivera, saying now this time they also, and again, look the lower part of this goal, but we'll see about this one with Sonny. Oh, wow, that was close.
It was close. Good cut inside. That's the other way. Is he typically on his left foot or right foot? I think he's a left-footed player, right? So.
Yeah, I was looking at the same. The three offensive, in front of Dasta and Peterson, like to switch sizes all the time. The only one that doesn't switch that much is number 9, Alejo Fernandez. He stays there. But we got two great options. Of course, it was for the Premier with the save of Nico Rivera. And right after that, Sonny running around like 50 or 60 miles to get the equalizer. And he caught it inside and he almost did.
Miami United back in possession again, patiently working the ball out to the right-hand side. Tucking it back inside. Again, absolutely no sense of panic whatsoever. Very composed. But giving the ball their way a little carelessly. For anyone who's watching this broadcast who might be a bit confused by Dario and I were just discussing there, wingers switching sides, maybe thinking, why would you do that? If you have somebody who plays on the right wing, why don't they stay there the whole game? And likewise on the left wing. We'll come back to that in just a second, because it's Sonny back on the ball again, cutting to his left foot. Not able to get a shot off on this occasion. Good defending from Florida Premier. We'll clear the lines. Well, oftentimes teams will switch wingers, mainly to confuse fullbacks on the other team. Don't let them get too comfortable, but also if you have a right-footed player who ordinarily would play on the right wing, moving him to the left wing now means he has the ability to come inside and shoot on his right foot. So if you're out on the right with a right foot, ordinarily you're looking to cross the ball. But if you've got a right foot and you're playing on the left wing, you're going to come inside and get a shot on goal, just as Sonny did just a few moments ago. So where teams are able to switch players from one side of the field to the other, it can be very advantageous and quite confusing for an opposition defence. And that's what we've seen already from Miami United this evening.
Yeah, completing your question right after this one of Miami United.
Low cross into the box.
You will have to have exceptional knowledge of your team for you to do that. When you pressure, players and the team will get distracted and deorganized, but Miami United knows each other very well, and that's why they switch when they pressure.
The ball into the box, but nobody there to connect with it. Got to gamble on crosses like that. As you see a winger shape up to get a cross into the box, really have to crash the space in behind the defence to see if you can make a connection. Nobody from Miami United gambling on that occasion. Dario, talk to me a little bit about number 99, Santiago, is it Fajardo? I notice he's linking up with Insua in the middle of the park, and looks like a very capable player. Excuse me, my apologies, I thought it was 99. It's 91, Tio Candido. He's drifting around in the middle of the park, and I've seen him connect with Insua on a couple of occasions. He looks like a very good player. What can you tell us about Tio Candido?
Tio Candido is from Argentina, that it's giving the chance for Claudio Freyan. He's done it last game as well. And he's the one that needs to appear right now. He moves around. He started actually on the left now he's switching to the right. And we gotta mention him more in this game. We haven't mentioned him much. And it's a challenge. It is a challenge for him to play along with Robertino Insua, Tony Norde, Alejo Hernandez, that is a former Godoy Cruz team from Mendoza, Argentina. And he's an offensive player. He had a really, really good chance at Chase Stadium, and it was an amazing save, again, of Alex Padilla, the MVP of Inter Miami back then. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He has to appear in the game. These 11 that Miami United is putting right now tonight for this round of 32 is the same, but Oscar Fernandez is replacing Vini Tennant. That was actually Vini playing on the right back, and Joshua Serrano of the left. Well, Joshua now it's as a right back, and Oscar Fernandez to the left that has the ball right now.
Yeah, Miami United with a good period of possession. Snapshot easy on this occasion for striker Williams, but there was a shot at the end of another good passage of play from Miami United. They do a really good job of linking their passes, but they're also not afraid to carry the ball as well, which can be very dangerous for the opposition. You're never quite sure whether or not Miami United are going to try and play the ball around you, or whether the player in possession is just going to carry the ball and decide to go on a run. Dario, I noticed that half of the starting outfielders today are Argentinian. You think that gives Miami United a real advantage, having 5 countrymen out there on the field today? We have a second goal! Hold that thought, Dario. We have a second goal from Miami United. And it came out of nowhere.
Peterson. Yep. Peterson revenge. It's giving the revenge to Miami United. The midfielder from Haiti having the ball in the middle. That's a player that Claudio Freyan knows him very well. He actually brought him to Miami United. Look what he does. Looking forward and putting the ball right there. That was an amazing finish. And it is his first goal in the season.
Yeah, that was a fantastic finish. And it's funny. I just got done talking about how Miami United players can move the ball around, tiki-taka style, but also there's a number of players out here who are not scared to carry the ball. And the reason I made that comment was because we had just seen Peterson Revenge carry the ball across the field and beat 3 players before eventually he was stopped. And that made me make that observation and then moments later he does it again, and on this occasion has the finish to match. A really well struck pass almost into the bottom corner past striker Williams. Very composed, and we are back on level pegging 2-2 after 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was an impressive timing of you, Mark. It's Peterson. Menzies goes again.
Here he goes again, taking two players. Slips on this occasion. I think he was tackled though, lost his footing. Now I do want to come back to my earlier question in regards to half of the outfield players being Argentinian. We'll do that here in just a second though. Get the referee blowing for Florida Premier. So do you think, Dario, having so many Argentinians on the team is really advantageous to Miami United? These players obviously being comfortable with one another, same language, and of course there is a very specific style of play that we see from Argentinian players, whether it's at the national team level or even at recreational level. They play in a very particular way. They like to hold on to the ball and move the ball around, and everything that we've seen from Miami United this evening. So I imagine that Argentinian connection is really helpful to them.
Definitely, Mark. Well, the owners of Miami United are Argentinians. Claudio Franz is Argentinian too. And definitely in South Florida, actually, Broward County, Miami-Dade County, there's the Latin culture. And Argentinian follow and lives this sport differently. I mean, that's the reason the World Cup champions and defenders and done it 3 times, in South America, along with Brazilians. And it's interesting to think why there are not so many Brazilians in the UPSL, I would say, or in South Florida, that is showing themselves, because Miami United has been winning most of it what they were playing in South Florida.
I do love the Latin culture, whether it's in Florida, whether it's in Puerto Rico. I had the pleasure of visiting last year. Unfortunately, though, I'm not fluent in Spanish. Somebody suggested to me that I was loco de la cabeza, and they said that was a compliment. I don't think it is.
Well, I would say whoever said that to you should have a lot of confidence, and it depends from who you receive that from.
Florida Premier on the attack. Going to find midway down the left-hand side. Miami United, they're doing a nice job of defending.
That's also a compliment for Tio Candido, that's helping in defense. And I received also a compliment from the bench.
The fact that Miami
the interesting...
Sorry, go on, Dario, please.
I apologize. Yeah, the interesting also fact of Miami United is that it's the oldest team in South Florida. It's got 14 years. It's older than MC, Inter Miami. But, the structure in the United States here about soccer, it's difficult and it's different. You gotta have the stadium, you gotta have the money, you gotta have the capital for you to grow and play in USL, USL1, and all that. Well, if it wasn't because of that, any reason, Miami United.
Ashley Jones with another shot. Oh, goalkeeper spills it, and Florida Premier have got their noses ahead again. For the 3rd time. It has to go down as a mistake by the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Miami United don't seem happy with the referee. Not sure what they're complaining about. Perhaps we'll see that in the replay. But props to Asher Jones, number 8, scorer of the first goal this evening for Florida Premier. It's he who cuts inside, drills it at the goalkeeper, and it is right at the goalkeeper. Unfortunately, Rivera spills it. And Florida Premier on the spot. direct the ball past the keeper and into the back of the net. I think it was Christian Ortiz, number 9 for Florida Premier.
Yeah, Christian Ortiz collecting the rebounds of Nico Rivera, and they were asking for the position of him right before Asher Jones kicked the ball from out of the box. However, that's part of the history right now. It's once again Florida Premier taking the lead in the middle 26. What an unbelievable first half we're having, Mark.
Dario, do you think Rivera should have done better with that? I know it's never really want to isolate players or criticize individuals. It was a good shot from Jones, but it was straight at the Miami United goalkeeper. Should perhaps he have held on to that ball and not spilled it?
Well, in the books, there always says you gotta kick it away as high as you can, as far as you can. If you left the rebounds right in front, could happen what just happened. Christian Ortiz selecting the rebounds and taking the lead once again.
Well, I like to joke that wherever I commentate, goals follow. I had 8 last night. So far this evening, 36 minutes in, we already have 5. And I don't think the goal scoring is done for the night. Definitely more
I don't
goals.
think so either.
Yeah, more goals in this game for sure. If you're enjoying this match tonight, and how could you not be? 5 goals in the first 36 minutes, and you enjoy watching UPSL soccer, then make sure you check them out on all of the social media channels at UPSL Soccer. Don't miss a single match of these playoffs as we bring the 2025, I know we're in 2026, but it's still the 2025 fall season to a close. Who will be the national champions? We're going to find out here soon enough. In order, though, to determine that, we have to get through tonight's game, the eastern side of the bracket, this round of 32 match. It really could go either way.
What I wouldn't miss for sure, Mark, is that the round of 16 of this bracket, because FC America Sports defeating 4-3 Club Leon, and so far now we got 3-2. So we're expecting high volume scores on the round of 16. And the interesting fact about that one is that my commentator on the final for the South Conference was Juan Manuel Martinez, the former Boca Juniors, Corinthians, and he played at the Leon and shoot a penalty against Miami United that was stopped by Christian Blanco, the goalkeeper that was attended at the Chase Stadium.
Yeah, Miami United again trying to make headway by carrying the ball through the Florida Premier defence, and almost successfully on that occasion. Good defending though, Florida Premier, who now look to switch play to the other end of the field quickly. Don't get the pass right on this occasion. You know, Miami United will not be happy, of course, that they are trailing here tonight, but they can take some consolation in the fact that they've been able to breach a very tough Florida Premier defence that hasn't conceded a single goal in playoffs so far this season. They were able to beat DME Academy Sarasota by a score of 1-0, and then Fort Myers City FC by a score of 3-0. So the fact Miami United have been able to register 2 goals already this evening has to be a source of positivity. The 2 goals isn't going to be enough. They need at least the 3rd this evening, and are looking for it there through the aforementioned Candido, who suggested he'd be a player to look out for. It's a good shot, but just a little too high.
A little too high for number 81. that he's been doing hard work also in defense. He's the youngest one in the offensive, and he'll have to keep on doing that. However, if the score remains, Niki Prada, the Colombian, might jump into the game. Would it also be something the squad of Miami United will claim are the cars, the yellow cars?
Mm-hmm.
Two of them right before the 11 minute of the first half. None for Florida Premier.
Well, Miami United are going to be thinking, of course, about ways to win this game. They have a strong 11 out there already, Dario, but they may look to their bench in the second half. They may even look to try and protect those players on yellow cards, although Insua obviously is a key player for them. Great opportunity there. There's a strong header from Fernandez. Getting above his man, not able, though, to get the header on target. What is the squad depth like for Miami United, Dario? Do they have players who can come off the bench and make a difference if needed?
Well, the one that did big difference last game was Niki Prada with the header. He got into the game at the 80th minute against Inter Miami at Chase Stadium. He had two headers. One was really close to the angle. The other one went in, and giving a chance to Miami United to be here right now in the round of 32, the national playoff for the Premier Division of UPSL.
That's good to know, and things to look out for as this game progresses. I'm sure both sets of coaches will be looking to the bench in the second half for fresh legs and players who can come on and bring the game home for them. Florida Premier in the lead right now, 3-2, but it is Miami United with better possession, and that surely is a free kick and a dangerous position too. A yellow card for Florida Premier, their first of the night. You can't really argue with that one.
Yep, that was the first yellow.
Who would you expect is going to be stood over the ball for a free kick from this kind of distance for Miami United, Dario?
Definitely Robertino Insua. I don't think anybody else in this squad can take away this free kick from Robertino Insua. He scored many free kicks from this side, from this area, from the other angle, from the left. Player number 30, Matias Gonzalez, got the yellow.
Yeah, this is a fantastic distance too, and Insua must be licking his lips at the prospect of taking this free kick, because it's just far out enough where you can get over the wall but under the crossbar. This is a perfect distance. It's central. He can go either side. What is Insua going to do? He dinks it over the wall, but straight into the stomach of striker Williams.
I thought he was gonna go over the wall. Decided to find the holes of striker Williams, and he's there. No complication for him to stop it.
As I was saying, right before that free kick was given, Florida Premier may have the lead on the scoreboard, but Miami United have definitely had more possession and have really been more of an offensive threat more consistently in this first half. Florida Premier have really just taken advantage of moments in the first 45 minutes. The second goal from Bender certainly being one of those moments, and Miami United defence getting caught a little flat-footed. And all of a sudden, Bender was in behind the defence with only the goalkeeper to beat. And then, of course, the third goal from Ortiz. Another moment where they were very opportunistic. Ortiz managing to jump on a spilled ball from Rivera after a shot that he'd only be able to parry out from Jones. So Florida Premier, again, making the most of the moments. Miami United having the better of the possession and looking more dangerous more consistently, but that hasn't yet converted into goals. Well, it has, but only 2 of them. And that's not going to be enough to see Miami United go in at half-time on level terms. It's Florida Premier go in with their noses in front, leading as they do at the end of the first half by a score of 3-2. Dario, what are your thoughts on that first 45 minutes?
Do we have an impressive first half? Florida Premier taking the lead 1, twice, 3 times in a row against one of the best teams in South Florida. We expected a high volume of soccer in the second half.
We do indeed, and I think we expect more goals as well. So folks, don't go away. Go grab yourselves a drink, catch your breath. Dario and I will look forward to seeing you here again at the beginning of the second half. This game is a long way from being over. Welcome once again to the UPSL Stadium at Howard College in Northwest Miami. At the second half of this UPSL 2025 fall season National Finals playoff round of 32 game between Miami United and Florida Premier. Here are the first half highlights. Very exciting first half of football, with a goal coming in the first 90 seconds through Asher Jones, a well-struck half volley, giving Florida Premier an early lead. The lead didn't last long though. The game was tied up after a wonderful bit of technique from Robertinho Insua, catching striker Williams in the Florida Premier goal off guard. Florida Premier though were to take the lead once more, a goal coming from 41-year-old Nathan Bender, whipping the ball through the legs of Nico Rivera in the Miami United goal. And then it was another piece of individual magic, this time from Peterson Ravang, who passed the ball into the back of the net. That was level pegging once more. Asher Jones was involved again. Florida Premier's third goal. Rivera with the mistake, only able to palm the ball back into the path of Christian Ortiz. 3-2 to Florida Premier at the half. Second half is already underway. Lots of entertainment in that first 45 minutes. Some great technique, some wonderful skill, and 5 goals. Here's hoping for more of the same in the second half. I'm delighted to be joined today by co-commentator Dario Dykes, who did a lot of work with Miami United. So Dario, I'm going to bring you in here at the beginning of the second half and ask you, what were the Miami United coaches have been saying at half-time? What do Miami United need to do to turn this game around?
Mark, Turner, what a pleasure again to be joining this round of 32 of the national playoff of UPSL Premier Division. Well, definitely Miami United will have to be more offensive. However, it's one of the most dangerous teams in South Florida. You know, along with Robertino Insua, you got Sonny, Nor, Nawen, Teo, but I will let you with this one. This case, Jeronimo Luna, the opening of the last game of Miami United against Inter Miami at Chase Stadium, knows already number 8, Asher Jones, that also got pretty much, we would say, the fastest score on the season of UPSL at the second 19. So Miami United will have to do that. Keep on looking for Alejo Fernandez, the number 9. The speedy and the power of Sonny, the ability of Robertino Insua, and the young Teo Candido.
Thank you, Dario. Well, certainly Miami United have the tools in their armory to turn this game around. We saw them take down Inter Miami in the last round. We'll come back to that in just a second, Dario, because I'd love to get your take on that. Inter Miami, obviously well known in MLS, and are the current MLS champions, of course, led by some people's GOAT, Lionel Messi. Certainly hard to argue against that. So that was quite a scalp for Miami United to be able to take down Inter Miami and advance in the playoffs. Was that something that got the club very excited?
Definitely, that was something excited of the United. They were defeated by Inter Miami, the second team in US Open Cup. It was a Chase Stadium, and they had the revenge actually. They took it. The team, we would say, of Inter Miami, and yeah, they defeated because of Nicolas Prada, that I'm pretty sure he's the one, that's on orange pass right there, warming up. That might be inside of the game very soon.
1-2 from Miami United. Shot taking a deflection. Think it's going to lead to a corner. Yes, it is. Miami United. I don't know if this is their first corner of the match, but I'm struggling to remember another. It certainly can't have gone 50 minutes without a corner, can they? But I think they had one in the first half. But corners certainly have been at a premium, but they have one now. And they have the ability to perhaps convert this corner and put themselves back on level pegging. Ball only into the front post. Doesn't find a Miami United player. A bit disappointing. But they do at least have the ball back and an opportunity to recycle. Nice bit of creativity out on the left-hand side. Ball chipped again into the centre of the box. Miami United looking to try and bring it down and create a shooting opportunity. Low cross into the box, well cleared by Florida Premier. And then well defended again in the follow-up. We'll focus on this game for a few minutes, Dario, and then I'd love to maybe explore the national bracket with you, particularly the eastern side that I know you're very familiar with, and get a sense from you who you feel might be able to go deep. But for right now, let's focus on Miami United on the attack again once more. Rolling a defender, looking to get a shot off. Getting dragged to the ground, but not enough there for a penalty kick, according to the referee. Striker Williams able to gather the ball in very easily and then get Florida Premier on their way. It's that boy Jones again who catches a hand in the face.
Yeah, going back to this one, that was a clear penalty right there. It was the center back holding Alejo Fernandez from his back. Don't let him shoot. And if he didn't shoot and he fall down, it was going to be a penalty. Ref was going to call it. He decided to continue, shoot it, and then ref did not get back to that play, and that seemed like a penalty to me.
One thing I've noticed from the playoff games that I've commentated on is the referees do seem to be a bit more aggressive with the cards and a little bit more conservative with decisions around penalty kicks. Again, I mentioned the game I was covering yesterday with Omaha Street and Provo, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 or 4 really strong shouts for penalty kicks in that game. But the referees just don't seem to want to influence the playoff games by giving out penalty kicks. And I understand that, but also, as an official, you're there to just call the game as it is. You're not there to make decisions based on the type of game. You just call it however it is, and it does feel sometimes like these officials don't want to make those big decisions. Instead, they would rather just let the game play out. I don't know if that was a situation there with Fernandez, but either way, the referee decided not to give the penalty kick, and we continue. Ball back to Rivera. Again, Miami United demonstrating patience and lack of panic that we saw in the first 45 minutes, willing to try and draw out Florida Premier, which is going to be harder for them in this second period. Florida Premier obviously with something to defend now, with a 1-goal lead. Miami United are going to need to break the line somehow, whether that's carrying the ball or playing the ball through lines, and that was a good example there as they broke out from defence and almost created an opportunity as well at the back post. Some good last-ditch defending from Florida Premier, leading to another corner. Well, actually, it looks like, no, it is a corner. For a second there, I thought the referee had indicated it was a goal kick, but Miami United do have the corner.
It's a great opportunity for Oscar Fernandez, the player from Spain, getting deep and offensive. Peterson Revenge decided to cross it at him instead of shooting the goal.
Miami United will want to put a better corner in than last time. The first one didn't even get past the first defender. Hoping for a better delivery on this occasion. Referee having a word with one of the Florida Premier defenders. Seems happy now with proceedings, blows the whistle. That is a better corner. Well headed out, though, by Florida Premier. And actually, it looks like, well, I'm confused. For a second, it looked like maybe it had gone in, but it had actually gone over the bar. Miami United complaining about something. I think maybe they were saying, well, they were asking for the corner. It was headed out by
Tango,
Florida.
and it was a tango, yeah. Tango of number 13, I believe it was high.
Third corner in quick succession for Miami United. Again, not a particularly good one, but they'll get a fourth bite of the cherry. Sonny Nord really needs to deliver something of a little more quality if he's going to give his teammates a chance to get on the end of this cross. That is a slightly better corner. Miami United actually able to make contact with it, but the ball does go out of play. Not the greatest series of corners there, Dario, from Miami United.
All the free kicks, corner kicks, but I would also like to have a quicker angle for that corner kick. It was surprising that every player of Man United called it right away.
Yeah.
A tango high up that the ref didn't see it. And apparently there was a sub.
Just out of camera shot, Florida Premier making their first sub of the match, it looks like. Unfortunately, we can't confirm for you right now who that was. We'll try and get you that number here momentarily. Interesting that Florida Premier would make a substitution so relatively early on. General wisdom is you don't make subs till maybe an hour into the game. In some cases, coaches will wait even longer than that. Generally speaking, they don't make a sub within the first 10 minutes of the second half. So perhaps that's a substitution forced by injury by Florida Premier, or maybe their coaches have seen something that they're concerned about here in the first 10 minutes from Miami United, and they're trying to address it by making a personnel change. Either way, both teams now back up to full strength. Although the referee's going to need to make sure that there's only one ball on the field.
Yeah. In Florida Premier, number 19.
That was a great opportunity from Sonny Nord's point area. A great chance there. Hard to see whether, I think maybe it was either deflected away or perhaps the goalkeeper got a hand to it, but we have another Miami United corner here. And Sonny, Dario, we'll come back to you in just a second to confirm that substitution. Let's focus on this corner for Miami United first. Low on the ground. Hard shot into a box full of bodies. Goalkeeper not really able to see it, but ultimately able to get hands on it. Nice change up from Miami United, going with a slightly different corner on this occasion. Florida Premier now looking to break at the other end. Good defending from Miami United.
Yeah, but the sub back then, it was related to this attack of Premier. Was player number 19, the tallest of the field so far, Braden Borlegi, that is a striker and wanted to get his own score. However, had a chance, an open position, crossing the ball and getting the 4-2. That would be very complicated to stood up from United.
Good hands from Nico Rivera. That corner looping dangerously toward his back post. He's able to palm it away. And it's Jones, and Jones gets taken down right on the edge of the box. He's well in the box, and he's asking for a penalty kick. And I'd like to see that again, because certainly the contact was initiated outside of the box. But I wonder, is there a shout here for a penalty? There's a drag back there. There was a clip there. It's right on the line. I mean, that is a coin toss. That is Miami United living dangerously there, Dario.
Same way I said the other one was penalty. This was penalty as well. It was touching the line. It was inside of the box. But, refs sometimes like to equalize their mistakes as he's doing it right now. He's calling this one. He's showing a yellow, but he's not giving him the penalty.
I think you're absolutely right, Dario. I think I'm in complete agreement with you. In that regard, Jones has really been a thorn in Miami United's side most of the game. Of course, he scored the opener and provided the assist for the third goal. Early in the second half, he's already been running at Miami United defenders and causing problems. And now he's earned his team a free kick right on the edge of the box. Miami United have to defend stoutly. It's Jones taking the free kick. He drives it into the wall. A wasted opportunity. Can't even win himself a corner in the process. Miami United looking to come away with it. But Jones and his teammates scrapping to try and pin in Miami United, who finally are able to get the ball out down the field. They're only able to maintain possession momentarily. Although Florida Premier turn it over cheaply, and Miami United again back in possession. Vang playing the ball out wide to the left. Sonny cutting inside. Oh, gets a little too much on that. Probably needed to take a little power off that ball and instead provide a bit more bend. He needed a little bit of the Thierry Henry's there, didn't he, Dario? And instead it was just a little too straight, a little too hard.
I think to me it seems like a clear play and finish that was expecting the interior of his right foot. He cut inside, he made the space. It was to the second post, the interior of his right foot, but he did not see it like that. He did not take that choice, and it's something that my Sony it's giving into Florida Premier, not getting the right decisions at the right moments. You were mentioning the crosses from the corner kicks were not properly done. Neither these kick.
So over an hour now into this UPSL full season national final playoff round of 32. Miami United still trailing Florida Premier. Florida Premier opening the scoring in 90 seconds through Jones. Miami equalising through a worldie via Insua. Bender, though, restoring Florida Premier's lead just shy of 30 minutes. The lead didn't last long. Revang managing to pull a goal back, making it 2-2. Just moments later, Ortiz scoring for Florida Premier, restoring their lead on the 36th minute. 3-2, all of the scoring so far, although another opportunity there for Miami United. Well cleared by Florida Premier. When I say well cleared, it was cleared out of the box, but it didn't go very far. Miami United back in possession. Oh, that's a great snapshot. Wonderful technique. Was that Hernandez?
Alejo Fernandez, that was the number 9.
Beautiful
With
technique.
a great snapshot, yeah. Wonderful technique. Better stop by Riker Williams.
We're going to see that
Do
again.
we have it again? Yep.
Yeah, worth seeing again. Look at that. Oh, beautiful shape. Love that. It's straight at the goalkeeper. Hadn't gone anywhere
Yeah,
else.
Williams stopped
It was
it.
3-3.
His chest.
Dario, talk us through this now. It looks like we have some Miami United subs. Or at least one.
We do, yeah. I will confirm. I believe Oscar Fernandez recently got a yellow.
Mhm.
It's out of the field. Joshua Serrano still on the right back, so we'll see. I want to make sure if Miami United is playing with the line of 3 on defense. It's number 61 already in the field.
Yep. We have another yellow card. I count that as number 4. Two each now. Well, there wasn't much in that. Two players really just kind of coming together. One of them losing their footing. It's hard to see, though, from this angle how much feet were involved, and maybe feet were clipped, and that caused the player to go down. Maybe it wasn't the upper body What was the problem? Maybe it was what was happening on the ground. Either way, another yellow card issued. Miami United back in possession. Number 61 for Miami is Noah Gutierrez. That's who we believe has joined the fray out here in the right back position, as Dario mentioned just moments ago. A second while I have you here to pick your brains a little bit on the east side of the bracket, side occupied of course by these two teams. Florida has been a little behind in its scheduling, and so we're working here in the round of 32. Further north we already have two teams into the quarterfinals. Well, last night they were in the quarterfinals at least. That game was played of course to conclusion, and New York Renegades FC took down Chicago Nation, securing their place in the semi-final on the eastern side of the bracket. We'll just hold that thought for a second here as Miami United looking to attack down the left-hand side. Stout defending though from Florida Premier. So as we look at the eastern side of the bracket, still a lot of games yet to play, Dario. But New York Renegades already into the semi-final on the eastern bracket. It's hard to look past them. New York Renegades have looked very impressive so far this season. Do you think that they have the potential to win out in these national finals? What other teams on the eastern side of the bracket should people be looking at, do you think, as potential contenders?
Well, definitely Florida Premier so far. If they beat Miami United, whoever wins this game will be one that we could look at it, as well with FC America Sports. Defeat 4-3 a great team that is Club Leon. So yeah, both of the round of 16 of the Premier Division of National Playoff should be the ones to look at.
That's some good picks there, Dario. And you know what? I've covered Club Leon quite a lot. I think I've commentated on them, I want to say 3 or 4 times this season. Always enjoyed play. Very, very entertaining. Technically excellent. Just about every game of theirs I've covered, there's been at least one outstanding goal. So definitely a good shout. Ball in the box from a corner from Miami United, looking, I think, intentionally at the front post on this occasion, looking for the flick on. Didn't quite happen for them, but it doesn't matter because they'll get another chance. Florida Premier whiffing the opportunity to clear the ball. Instead it goes out for another Miami United corner. And they've really been racking up corners in this second 45 minutes, but as of yet, unable to convert any of them. Will this be the chance? Again, ball into the centre of the box, a little heavier this time. Miami United had a chance to get ahead on the ball. Not able to make strong contact. Florida Premier bring the ball out. We haven't seen Miami United go to the bench, Dario, to make any attacking substitutions yet. Just the one sub as far as we can make out, and that being a switch at right back. There's a little over 20 minutes of regulation to go and they're trailing. Would you expect to see them go to the bench? Some offensive options? You know, hold that thought for a second because they're on the attack right now. Bit of a loose ball. Finds its way back to the sub, Gutierrez. Not able to gather it in but can get the block in, and that enables Miami United to maintain possession. Gutierrez feeding the ball down the left-hand side. Nord on the ball, looking for options, looking for teammates to move. He plays the ball in and looks for the give and go, but they decide to go the other way. It's back out to the left wing, chipped into the box. And that'll be watched out all the way by Florida goalkeeper.
Yeah, we're seeing the cross of Noah Gutierrez, the player that replaced Oscar Fernandez He got a yellow. We also are seeing Nicolas Prada, the game winner's corner of the with the header, and I wanted to double check in confirm if maybe it's doing the line of three back then.
So are we suggesting that Prada has already entered the game, or Dario, or that he is getting ready to?
He's already in the field. He's already in the field.
Fantastic.
Nico
And
Prada,
he was
number
the,
38, right there, the
he was,
blonde, the fire blonde, right there.
and he was the game winner, right? Just remind our viewers, he was the game winner in the last match against Inter Miami, correct?
Exactly. He was subbed in at the minute 80, and at the 90 something with the header, he got the 2-1.
Out in box, Rivera does well to come out and get any of that. He manages to get enough of a hand on it to punch it out to Miami United defence. They try and play the ball out of defence, but only end up turning it over. Florida Premier now winning the ball back, high up the field. They don't particularly have numbers. They seem a bit reluctant to push up again. They've got a 1-goal lead right now, and I think they're not looking to throw everything at the wall. Why should they? What they have right now would be enough to take them through to the round of 16. So can Nicolas Prada be a hero once more? He was able to do it against Inter Miami with just 10 minutes left on the clock. Tonight he has at least 20 minutes. So surely, Dario, he has a time to get the equaliser and then the game winner, right?
Against Inter Miami.
No, tonight.
Oh, well, that's a lot for him, but we'll see. We'll see.
Jones goes down in the box. I think there was a case of him running into a Miami United player as opposed to there being a foul. Miami United now looking to build down the left-hand side. There's the aforementioned Prada getting stuck in. And you're right, he does have fire blonde hair. Can't miss him, can you?
Yeah. Surprised me at Inter Miami, and I told him that he needed to score with a haircut like that, and he did.
Is he copying you, Dario? Is that your haircut right there?
No. I wish I had that much hair out there. No. It's
I
a
sympathize.
Colombian classic style.
I sympathise with you, Dario. All I can do right now is a short back and sides, and I wouldn't dare put hair dye on the little hair that I have left.
Yeah, likewise, Mark. It's a very, very entertaining match. So far, Florida Premier giving the surprise, playing in, I wouldn't say the home of Miami United, but a field that played more than, I don't know, 15 times, I would say.
It's a field where they've had success in the past, and if they're going to have success tonight, they need to score at least one more goal to, at the very least, take the game into overtime. There's a player on the ball right now who may be able to do that. Prada being knocked to the ground. It's going to be a free kick for Miami United. Prada doing exactly what you want a substitute to do, injecting pace and energy into this match. Giving the Florida
Yep.
Premier something new to think
And
about.
Florida Premier are from Tampa, that are like 4 to 5 hours away from this actual location. That might be the few times that they're playing in this field. We'll see about this third kick. Now it's Robertino Sua as usual. Now he's about to take it. Not Sonny, that's inside the box.
Sewer with the delivery. It's a good delivery too, but Florida Premier able to head it away. Great shot from distance. Just goes wide. Again, wonderful technique on display. Narrowly wide of the post. You can't criticise the technique. Ball bounced up. And the snapshot that followed, fractionally wide. out Miami United with a little over 15 minutes, plus whatever the referee adds on to try and find a way back into this match. Surprisingly, after 5 goals in the first half, no tallies yet in the second 45. Miami United looking the more dangerous of the two teams in this second period. Ball into the box, straight into the hands of the Florida Premier goalkeeper, who then immediately drops to the floor in order to eat up a few seconds. And who can blame him? His team are leading by a goal. He's going to try and eat up as much time as the referee will let him.
And the game winner of Miami United against Inter Miami came out from a play like that. It was Sonny North crossing from left to right, and Nicolas Prada with the header.
Well, into the box, it's a header past the goalkeeper from close range, and Miami United have done it. They've drawn level. It was a great ball into the box from Nord. Dario, who got the finish? Was it Fernandez?
Alejo Fernandez, number 9, the player from Guaymallén, Mendoza. He needed to be there. He knew he was going to get a chance, then he was going to take it with a header right there. Number 9, we didn't mention it much, but that's how strikers are. They need to be on the place that they have to be. They got to finish the match, and now it's 3-3, I was saying. Inter Miami with the same rules, same strategy back in Chase Stadium. Sonny North crossing it, either Prada, this time was Fernandez. This is 3-3. Mark, what a game.
Alejo Fernandez doing his best impression of Erling Haaland. As Dario said, he hasn't played the game very much, but it doesn't matter, right? When you're a striker, when you're a number 9, and the opportunity presents itself, you have to convert. And Fernandez had a chance in the first half, a pretty good header. He put straight at the goalkeeper. On that occasion, he made no mistake. Good ball in from Nord. Fernandez from close range. 3-3 in the 76th minute. You're right, Dario. This has been a heck of a game. Talk about entertainment. I'm going to put you on the spot, Dario, and I know that this is very unkind of me because you have connections to Miami United. But with 14 minutes to go, which of these two teams do you think is more likely to find a winner?
Well, because of the momentum, I would say Miami United with this equalizer that surprised everybody. Because before that, looking like they couldn't find a way. We'll see about this one.
Luna clipping a ball deep into the box. Fernandez looking to try and get on the end of that again. And this looks like a tactic that Miami United may continue to use because they're having some joy. It's funny, from corners and free kicks, they can't get any decent crosses into the box, but from open play and out wide, they're putting several dangerous balls in behind the Florida Premier defense and really putting them on their heels. Alejo Fernandez, a constant threat, and those balls are dropped into the box. And there's another one. Fernandez again looking to get on the end of it, and does. But evidently on this occasion, illegally. According to the referee, there was a foul on a Florida Premier defender. I don't know about you, Dario. I don't know if you played soccer at all, if you still play soccer, and if you did or do, what position you played. But if I was a centre-back, I would never want to come up against Alejo Fernandez. What a handful he is.
He definitely is. I am a wing midfielder, I would say. I came here to the States with a full scholarship to play soccer. Oh, wow, careful this one. What a defense by Joshua Serrano. Yeah, I play in NCAA, and I'm still playing, you know. I narrate and commentate games more than I played, but, you know, it's a sport that you always like to play. What about you?
Well, let's watch this corner, and then I will...
Perfect.
Yeah, share my soccer story here in a second. It's Jones. Great corner into the centre of the box. Rivera drops it. United able to get it away. Nervy moment for Nico Rivera. You would hate for a game of this quality to be decided by a mistake. You really want to see a game like this be decided by a moment of brilliance. And Nico Rivera almost handed Florida Premier an opportunity for their fourth goal. Potentially a game winner. Comes back to Jones. Jones shoots across the goal mouth. Florida Premier not able to make the connection. That surely would have given them goal number 4. Good work from Jones. None of his teammates able to make the most of it. Again, Jones' pace, getting in behind the defensive ball, goes past Rivera. Just needed the slightest touch to convert it into the back of the net. Miami United live to breathe another day. You know, Dario, I would agree with you. Based on the momentum, I think Miami United were in pole position to score the winner, but Florida Premier wrestled this game back. And it's they right now who look the more dangerous of the two teams.
I agree with you. I was gonna say that if we follow the momentum, that was the winner play of Florida Premier. They had a chance twice in the same play to get the 4-3. And if they realize that Nico Rivera is not very comfortable at saving and at defending his goal, because he's not usual the goalkeeper, Florida Premier can avoid the extra time.
You are based in Florida, right, Dario?
I am. Miami.
Good. Well, the next time I find myself in Miami, we'll have to go to an indoor center, and you and I can be the midfield partnership in a six-a-side team, because I think you're the attacking midfielder. I'm much more of a defensive midfielder.
Perfect. I'm more of the attacking, so
There you go.
we're a great couple right there in the middle.
You've got your Latino flair, my English, well, not quite sure what to call it. Battling? Let's say battling, that's kind.
Yeah.
It would be a good compliment, that's for sure. Shot from distance. It's in the back of the net!
Wow.
Goodness gracious me, if that's to be the game winner, it's certainly worthy of it. A heck of a strike from distance. And Miami United, for the first time this evening, in the 82nd minute, take the lead.
Theo Candido, ladies and gentlemen, did I say challenge at the beginning? Not challenge for him. Look at this. Collecting the rebounds, the mistake on a moment that you cannot make. And what a finish. What a goal right there in the angle. 4-3, Miami United taking the lead for the first time in this evening. The younger players are the keys, are the results, the answers for Claudio Freyan in this season. In Chase Stadium was Nicky Prada. This match, he decided not to put in. And right there, Teo Candido, 4-3 for Miami United taking the lead.
You know, I said that you never want to see a mistake settle a game like this. You always want to see a moment of brilliance. We actually had both, Dario, because that was, as you mentioned, a really sloppy mistake from Florida Premier. At Candido with a moment of brilliance to capitalize on it. I mentioned Candido in the first half. I asked you, Dario, who he was, because in the first 10-15 minutes he was on the other side of the field and we didn't get to see much of him. And then he drifted over to the right-hand side. He was front and centre, linking up with Insua, looking very, very good indeed. You told us at that time, yep, he's a very capable player, technically very good. Expect him to be really heavily involved in this match. And as the game has worn on, Candido's presence has been felt. And now he may have put the icing on Miami United's cake this evening. Might that be the goal that takes them through to the round of 16? We're going to find out in the next 6.5 minutes.
As Claudio Freyan also done at Chase Stadium. Now it's Insua that's going to be replaced by, I believe, a center back or a defender. It's also Sony that's going to leave the game. No, he stays.
Yeah, and Sewer doesn't seem very happy to leave the field. I can't blame him.
Well,
But clearly, it's a
Freyan
tactical
doesn't want
change, right?
him, right, exactly. Doesn't want him ever to get him out of the game. But um, some games he has like a knee issues, and yeah, we have Hurtado and Alejo Fernandez is out. Number 9 and number 10 with Insua. I saw Hurtado. He's a midfielder, and I wanted to double check and make sure who's the other defender that jumped to the game.
It could be a good tactical move by the Miami United coaching staff, but also could be a decision who has the potential to come back and bite them. If Florida Premier can find a way back into this game in the last 5 minutes or so, and of course we have stoppage time as well, so it could be another 6, 7, 8 minutes still to play. If Florida Premier can find a way back into this game, and the game were to go to penalty kicks, I imagine that both Fernandez and Insua would have been on penalty kicks, and now they are no longer on the field, so they will not be eligible for penalties should it go that far. For right now, though, Miami United have the advantage, and all they're worrying about is maintaining it for the next 5 minutes. If they can see out the next 5 minutes, they will advance to the round of 16. Florida Premier on the attack, desperately trying to find a way back into this match. Playing the ball through the heart of the Miami United defence, but that's good defending. Last gasp. But well done, and now Miami United looking to counter at the other end. And as you might imagine, not that eager to get bodies up the field. Why should they? Florida Premier earlier in the game, sitting very deep. They weren't really attacking, and you couldn't blame them because they had a goal to defend at that point in time. Now the shoe is on the other foot, or the cleat is on the other foot, I should say. Miami United with the advantage. They do now, though, have 4 or 5 Miami United players in that attacking third. If they could score another goal, that certainly would be the game killer. So Dario, back to our earlier conversation about playing. I am still playing, just as you are, sir, but I'm less interested in my game anymore. I'm more interested in my daughter's. She also will be playing NCAA college soccer as of next summer. So I'm going to be excited to take my place up in the stands and instead watch my daughter do her thing.
Congratulations for that. I can't wait for my daughter to start playing soccer. She's only 2 months, imagine.
Oh, well, congratulations to you on being a new father. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Work from Nord, who has been busy from first whistle all the way through to the 88th minute. Really haven't seen a drop in his energy levels. Again, for any latecomers to this incredible game, Miami United FC leading Florida Premier FC in the 88th minute of regular time. It was Florida Premier who took the early lead after 90 seconds through Jones. Insua equalising after 14 minutes for Miami United. Ender then restoring Florida Premier's advantage on the 29th minute, only to see Ravang score in the 30th minute, 2-2. Florida Premier, though, going in at half-time with a 1-goal advantage. Ortiz scoring on the 36th minute. In the second half, though, all of the goal scoring has gone the way of Miami United. Fernandez levelling things up once more on the 75th minute. And then, for the first time this evening, Teo Candido in the 82nd minute, putting Miami United 4-3 up. Their first lead of the night. Couldn't have come at a better time. Jones with a snapshot at the back post. And he caught that a little more accurately. That could have given Nico Rivera something to think about. But his timing was just fractionally off. It'll be a goal kick for Miami United.
I do want to take a couple of seconds, Mark, to mention that we got almost 400 people connected and watching this wonderful match that Miami United and Florida Premier given us. So we do want to thank to every single one of them. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, and if they also want to leave their comment, who's gonna win, who's gonna play against FC America Sports in the round of 16, and also leave us a comment.
Absolutely. Thank you for highlighting that, Dario. Scuffed shot in Florida Premier. It's not going to trouble the goalkeeper. I think it was Ortiz, the scorer of Florida Premier's third goal. Not able to score their fourth on that occasion. And if you have enjoyed this match this evening, if you're one of the 400 who have been following along, thank you so much. I echo Dario's comments, and I encourage you to check out the rest of the playoffs via social media at UPSL Soccer. Still a lot of great football to be played this 2025 fall season as we make our way through the various different rounds, trying to determine who will be crowned the UPSL national champion this season. Could be Miami United, may still be Florida Premier. We are through regulation and into stoppage time now, so if it is to be Florida Premier, they need to pull something out of the hat here and quickly. I also want to give a quick shout out as well to our production crew this evening, Veta Media. I have the pleasure and the privilege of partnering with them on every commentary that I do, and they are absolutely fantastic, super professional. They provide all the graphics that you're seeing on screen, they provide us with all the replays. They make mine and Dario's life so much easier, so we appreciate you, Veta Media.
Agree with that. What do you think to share our social medias? Are you on any of those, Mark?
I am, but I can't even remember what I am, to be honest with you. I pay so little attention to social media. But feel free to share yours, Dario.
The one I use the most is Instagram,
All right, well, we'll
They
be
can
checking
find
you
me
out.
at Dado Likes, which is my name and my last name.
Okay. Well, I'll look to connect with you after this game, my friend.
Will do.
Miami United still looking dangerous. Can they find another goal? They nearly did. Needed the slightest of touches. Good work from Nord. He drills it into the back post. Oh, I was sure that was a goal. Somehow that stayed out. I don't know how. I looked for certain like it was Miami United's fifth of the night. At the post, came to the rescue for striker Williams. Florida Premier's goal.
As soon as the ball stops, I would try to explain that Nicolas Prada missed the fifth one right behind the goal. But I do want to highlight Agustin Callejas, who was the one that crossed over there. It's a center back, and he gave a perfect pass to Nicolas Prada, to Nicky Prada, and then Sonny. Sonny deserved that goal. He's almost, I'm not very sure, but around the 40s. So it's something to highlight. I don't know if it's two less, one more. He's around that. I want to look that up. But Miami United got the 5-3. They couldn't get it. We'll see if Florida Premier will tie it up and extend this to the extra time.
I agree with you, Dario. Sonny definitely deserved that goal. He has been absolutely on fire this evening. High energy. Every one of the 94 minutes that he's been out there. And here he goes again. I'm not even sure how that goal didn't go in. I thought it was going to hit the post and then roll over the line. Somehow it didn't.
Sonny is 36.
36. Okay, he's a baby.
It is compared to Nathan Venter, definitely 41 for him.
The players starting to drop now. Sonny's one of them. He's on the floor. We have a Florida Premier on the floor. I'm imagining a little bit of cramp. We are deep now into stoppage time, into the 5th minute. Don't really remember much in the way of stoppages in this half. Of course, we're at the referee's discretion. Doesn't feel like we should be 5 minutes into stoppage, but yet here we are. Can't be much left. Florida Premier really last gasp at this point. If they're going to do something, they have to do it quickly. Miami United will be anxious to run down the clock. They have the advantage that they need. If the final whistle goes now, it is Miami United who advance into the round of 16 here in the Eastern bracket, where they will meet FC America Spurs. Congratulations to FC America Spurs taking down Club Lyon. Although I'm not going to lie, I have an affection for Club Lyon. I'd like to have seen them progress a little further. But you know, if you win, you win, and you deserve to win. And Club Lyon will just have to lick their wounds and come back again next season. We work for Florida Premier. Is this the last gasp opportunity that they've been looking for? Miami United defending stoutly. All they need to do is clear their lines at this point. How much time is left on the referee's whistle? Before the referee whistles, I should say. Nice composed play from Miami United, working the ball out the back, not panicking. I think I'd probably be kicking the ball long at this point and aiming for corner flags. Fireworks in the background. They're a little premature. Miami United haven't yet secured their place in the round of 16, but they're not far away. Surely the referee's whistle any minute now. Florida Premier not able to get it back into this game if they can't get possession of the ball. Sonny Nord does a good job of possessing it out on the left-hand side, finding a teammate, then making himself available for the return pass. Miami United playing keep away, although they start heading toward goal, and there may be an opportunity here. It is a shot, but it's straight at Striker Williams, and Striker Williams anxious to get the ball upfield as quickly as he can. Florida Premier living on borrowed time now. The referee not looking at his watch, doesn't seem interested in blowing his whistle. Miami United clearing the ball with aplomb. No messing around on that occasion. We are now into the 98th minute and the whistle has gone. And Miami United have secured their place in the round of 16. Dario, they've done it.
They have done it. Miami United is still the best team of South Florida. Round of 32 with an outstanding match against Florida Premier that also they deserve to step into the next stage to get to the round of 16 because they stood up against one of the most powerful teams here in South Florida. Here's the replay. The first one got with a beautiful shot of Usher Jones. 19 seconds. Florida Premier came to Miami, says, no, we're not going to make it easy for you. We're here to win. And look at this. Robertino Insua with an impressive shoot from the midfield of finish. That goal was perfectly done. And then the oldest one, 41, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you can still play at highest levels of soccer. Nathan Venter, 2-1. And then Peterson, one away. And then I will try to put it in my favorite angle. Peterson revenge with the equalizer, 2-2. And then Florida Premier taking the lead Once again, Christian Ortiz, the striker, the number 9, 3-2. Sonny Nor, like in Chase Stadium, crossed it into Nick Prada. Well, this case was Alejo Fernandez with a perfect header. And then the second or the most beautiful score of this evening, Theo Candido. What a finish. What a goal of
Yeah,
the
we were
19 years
absolutely,
old Theo Candido with the 4-3 at the 81 minute.
we were absolutely treated to 7 fantastic goals this evening, Dario. It's hard to pick out the best. Insua's shot from the halfway line, Candido's game winner, and
It
picking the
is.
ball from the goalkeeper's legs.
It
I
is
mean,
hard.
we really saw
I will
a
do
wide
my
range
top
of goals.
3. Mark, I don't know if you're able to do yours. I'll put Theo Candido as the first one, game winner in this game. It's hard to not giving it to him. Then the second one to Robertino Insua because of that beautiful score on the midfield. And then in the third position, I will keep Jeronimo Luna, the center back, the left center back of United.
Well, I think Asher Jones, who also had a great game this evening, his goal after just
Yeah,
90
agree.
seconds, is worthy of conversation as
Yeah,
well. Maybe in
he-
that third spot. I think I'd agree with you in that in your 1 and 2, but I think I'd probably place Jones in the third spot. You know, we talked a lot. We'll come back to this in just a second, Dario, because I want to address the on-screen graphic there. Media providing us with an on-screen graphic, just highlighting the fact that Miami United now move through to the round of 16, where they're going to face the team that took down Club de Leon, which is not easy to do. FC America Spurs advancing into the round of 16. So they will be squaring off against Miami United. You know, we talked a lot, Dario, about technical ability and about skill, and we saw that in evidence tonight, and certainly we saw some wonderful goals. But the victory this evening was as much to do with ability and skill and technique as it was to do with grit and will and desire, and Miami United digging deep. They really had to dig deep this evening, Dario. They were behind 3 times and only took the lead 10 minutes from the end of the match, which proved to be the game winner. Are you impressed this evening, not just with their ability, but also the heart that they displayed this evening?
Yes, I will have to say yes. I am impressed. It was hard. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was just impressive how they turned back, and it was because of Theo Candido with a outstanding shot from out of the box. I do want to highlight Florida Premier. Impressive, impressive level of soccer. Young kids doing fantastic job. They dropped from Tampa and they stood up against the one of the most powerful teams in South Florida. They are on the level of Miami FC. They actually beat Miami FC at the beginning of 2025. Miami FC is playing the second division of soccer of the sport here in the States. So that's to give you a quote of what Florida Premier deserve. They gotta keep going that way.
Absolutely agree. Florida Premier had their part to play this evening. They played a wonderful match. You just met a team tonight that had plenty of goals from different parts of the field and abundance of heart, and were able to get it over the line at the last. Congratulations to Florida Premier for a wonderful season. They'll be back again next year. But it's Miami United that advanced to the round of 16. Did we see the national champs this evening? Maybe. Maybe. It's been a pleasure working with you this evening, Dario. I'm Mark Turner here with Veta Media. We bid you good night and look forward to seeing you guys in the round of 16.